Howdy everyone. Sorry I haven't done a video in a while. Been doing a lot of stuff. Things are breaking left and right. Doing maintenance on the fence in the backyard. The tail light, one of the running lights on my wife's car in the back went out. So the light comes on the dash, warning you about it. Turns out in a Lexus RX 350, you don't replace the light bulb. You replace the entire tail light. And there is no YouTube video that tells me how to get the plastic liner or whatever it is off on the inside of the tailgate, the lift gate. What else? Jeez, everything's breaking. So I've been busy doing a lot of things, so this is just going to be another Friday night buffet. I'm going to start off with, I decided to show what was an unlisted video when I was going through problems trying to figure out how to broach a 4mm keyway in the pulley for this lathe, and it was private for Stephen with Shark River. So I'll show that. I'll show a little bit of the motor, and then me just rambling on the bench because I did get a replacement gauge block set. I think you can see down here. Can you see it? I don't know. I can lower the camera here so you can. Yeah, there it is, kind of. So I had in mind, well, I'll explain in the video what I did and why. In the big ass case, you can't put in this drawer with everything else, so I had to make a little tray for it. So hope you enjoy. See you next Friday. Try to get the camera in a little closer so you can see what I'm seeing here. I did say, I had broached it for the 3mm and to full depth, or almost to full depth, because I wanted this guy to do the final cut at depth. But now that I made, I made the 2 bushings to do the 3mm. Now here's the 4mm bushing. But when I'm putting it in there, you can see there's not much left here. I went down about as far as you can go. 5/10 thousandths more isn't going to make much of a difference. So I had quit at that depth, but put that in there. Basically, what I'm seeing is, where's some more light here? There. It has to go from this edge to pretty much so straight across here. And when I measure it, you're going to have to be cutting at least a little over 100 thousandths has to come off of this. And that's not going to be much of an edge at all. So I don't think that's going to work. There's 200. If I go to, there's 103. It's not much left of this thing. So now I back up. I had played with this since 3mm. All I have to do is take slightly off the sides. This guy I made a long time ago, and I put it back in the mill, and he did work. He was cutting, because there's not much material I have to cut. But I'm looking at this going, the problem is this won't go in there. This is too high. So I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to put this in the D-bit grinder, and I'm going to take this down so that it goes in there. Once it goes in there, a lot of the material's already gone. So these teeth are only going to be cutting just a little bit off the sides, and I could come within few thousandths of the depth, correct depth. So the face of them only cutting a few thousandths off. I have a feeling that might work. Yeah, because I just need to get this. This is what's bugging me. And by taking the entire back down, then this goes in, and then I can start cutting as the slope goes up. But I'm thinking now, just make it so this clears the thing, because it's almost there. If I put this in here, you can see I don't have to take off a whole lot, really. How much do we have to take off about? I bet you that's 100 thou too. Watch. Yeah, I got to take about 150 thou off of that. And wow, then those teeth are poking way out. That first cut is going to be pretty serious here. But so I'm holding off on sending this to you because taking that much down, it's not going to be much left. You know, 100 thou off of it. There's 200 here. So you'd be taking about 50% off of it. But now I'm starting to realize my first cut is going to be pretty deep. How much is it going to be? It's going to be about 150, yeah. True, no, about 100 or so. But again, it's only taking the sides off because most of the material's already gone. So I'm going to try doing it anyway, especially since I kind of almost messed this up. I think it's salvageable, but it's really kind of screwed up off center. So wish me luck. Let's see what happens and I'll let you know. Well, there's one machine upgraded. The Chinese snap rings, when you spread them, snap in half. So I had to buy a whole set of snap rings from Amazon. But you can see the pulley down there, everybody's lined up, and it pretty much stays away from the head here. Let me turn it on so you can see. Everything works fine. Belt's wobbling around because it's crooked. I could put the other belt on. This is the original belt. But, I mean, it's just works nice and quiet. Tension on the belt, it's pretty good. It's pretty tight. It still flexes though, but so okay, man, put this whole machine back together. Yeah, I'm gonna be here for quite a while. I'm not sure why they really have to put the paper on these things. They're so soaked in oil. Just dip them in oil and stick them in the box thing here. But this is like the 6th set that I've had to do. These are all minus, same as all my other sets, and I explained I use them to know when I'm getting very close to target, boring a hole out or drilling it. If you have a plus set and it goes in the hole, you blew it. You just went beyond your target. So, geesh. And so, yeah, I get all minus sets. I have one plus set. It was the first set I bought, not realizing back then, you know, being a newbie, what was really, what I really needed. 419. They're clearly labeled, each and every one so far. 0.419 with the minus symbol on it. This is 418. So yeah, I gotta unwrap all of them, degrease all of them. Then I gotta come back here with the Mitutoyo micrometer and check that they're all on the money. There's one up there on the box. I haven't checked it for size, but it's been beat up pretty bad. It has a ton of little tiny dinks in it that you can't feel, and there's actually a scratch in it too that you can't feel. But for all the new people too, like I've said before, I go on eBay or Amazon. If it says Pro Line Max, it's going to cost you a little bit more, but they're worth it. Usually these sets, it's just a black raised lettering, numbering, and you can't read them. These are all painted white. Everything here is like absolutely clear as day. And I know you guys have seen in the drawer that previous set I had was all Meyer. Bought it off of eBay long time ago. Forgot what I paid for it. It was probably a steal for a Meyer. And now on eBay they're going for a fortune. I put it on Craigslist for $100. The guy just picked it up and said, yeah, thank you very much. I'm sure when they cost a fortune, but it didn't seem like it was a complete Meyer set. Like there might have been substitutes or something in there. They just were ground differently. These are all ground exactly the same. They're all cherry. That set had some fingernail polish, red fingernail polish on some of them on the end. I mic'd them. I think I mic'd the whole set. I know that. And everybody was right on the money. So I don't know what the red fingernail polish was about, but so I figured, you know, just forget it. Let me just get a very clean set. Sold that one. Bought this. This is 140. I think it was 140 bucks for this set. I made an offer on it, and the guy knows me, knows that I also recommend his stuff, so he made me a deal on it. I think he dropped it $5, but, you know, whatever. I appreciate everything that helps with a home shop and your unlimited income here. My budget's usually like $100 a month that I can spend in the shop, so, okay, so what is this, 416? So I got a ways to go, let me tell you. Wow. Out of boredom, I decided to just pull out the micrometer. Did one row. The entire row is 1/10 under size rather than 2/10. Because the spec is 2/10. And this one was a 1/2 tenth under, and one of these others was a 1/2 tenth under, so that's pretty wild. I actually wish it were more like 2/10 under rather than being that accurate, because like I said, when I stick it in a hole and it just starts going in, I am ridiculously close to target. So let's see what the rest of the set comes out to be. Just kind of curious, everybody always talks about temperature. Let me see if I can find the guy that was 1/2 tenth under. What is this? This is 484. This is at 48385. No. 95. 90. 85. 985. Let me see if I heat it up anyway. The thermometer on the other side of the shop says it's 79 in here. This should heat it up pretty quick, huh? I hope. Stick it in my armpit, whatever. Okay. So 85 was the smallest reading that I got. I wonder, you know, there still is some oil on these things, but being round, it should cut right through it. 9.5. 8. Got smaller, huh? 9. 9.5. Didn't really do anything. I kind of figured that. 9. 9.5. 9. 9. 8.5. 9. All over. But it's tough measuring something that touchy, because I actually go down, yeah, 1/2 tenth. No, a half. What is that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. So put this in the right way. The other problem is all the holes are full of oil from the wrapper and stuff, and you can't really get down in there to clean them. But whatever, you know. Take all of them out and just clean all the holes. The other thing is this giant thing won't go in the drawer, so I'm going to pull the black plastic out and just make a tray, stick it in the drawer, and then I don't know what to do with the case. I don't want to throw it away, but store it. Yeah, I guess I could store it way up on top for a while. Yeah, I know the camera's pretty far away for this. Up till now, for reamers, chucking reamers straight flute, I've only needed a few sizes. I had bought the 16th and 8th. I'm looking at the drill index over here. 1/4 inch, so on. You know, the common sizes. Because most of what you see on eBay or Amazon is obviously from China, and it's going to be garbage. I know I ordered 1 metric Chinese set and returned that. It was complete junk. But I was messing around on eBay and I saw this set, Standard Tool Company, obviously United States, complete set, which normally sells for $500 up to $900. I've seen them all over. $150. I think it was free shipping. But the problem is they're always way too long. You know, this set's empty right now. But I took each and every one of them. I bought another Hoot fractional drill bit index 16th to a ½ inch. I took each Reamer, took the angle cutter, cut the bottom off, take it to the D-bit grinder, and clean up the bottom edge of each and every one so they look beautiful new. So I have something that does not exist anywhere. So here's an entire imperial set of straight Reamers chucking that will fit in my mini mill. The ½ inch guy, that's the half, right? Yeah, ½ inch guy ain't gonna fit when it's, you know, that long in the mill. So all of them cut down. I've got a complete set. Still have to clean up the little set here. It was missing two, a 16th and an 1/8, and I still have to, the 16th goes in there, but it won't close up. So I got to finish cleaning all of these up so they're nice and angled and stuff like that. Because they did, yeah, they angled these guys, but then the bottom set for some reason, no, it is angled, no, it's stepped. I can see, you know, there's a little shelf and then a little shelf for two higher and a little shelf. So the big set, the problem was too when I put them in, I closed it and then it jammed, it wouldn't open up because these holes are so big that the bottom came out. So I bent this whole thing down nice and straight to hold them together so now they don't flop out like they were doing. So beautiful set, $150, nice. Doubt it will I ever use half of them or even a tenth of them probably. Just the standard sizes, but I have it should need arises for an oddball size Reamer.